Okay, so the first three lines will go to you, Josh.
Okay, let me try and zoom in a bit. Okay. たくさん、oh wait, those ones. いたんだよ、アラナが安心させた。マイルズが掘り出したんだ。So I'm here, Alana basically assured him. And then マイルズが掘り出したんだ。掘り出す
Well,
I've heard
it makes
this.
more sense if you knew that Itanda did exist. Does not make sense for Alanna, because if she did it, if she was here, doesn't really make sense because she is currently here. So someone
Oh.
else was here, which was a
Oh, the
whole bunch of
people were
people in the
here.
dream. Yeah.
And
Like you didn't hallucinate that.
Miles threw them out?
Yep.
Okay. オジは、オジはにやりとした。僕も見たかったな。さあ、アラナは言った。眠らなければ。So the prince was like, man, I sure would have loved to see that. And then Alana's like, yeah. Anyway, you have to sleep.
うん。ジョナサンの目に浮かんだ表情はもっと話を続けそうだったので、アナナは再び魔法に手を伸ばした。So Jonathan had a look on his face, specifically in his eyes, that said he really wanted to continue talking. So because of that, Alanna once again stretched out her hand to her magic. Jonathan のこめかみを撫でながら、じっと瞳を見つめる. She stared right into Jonathan's eye while petting Jonathan's komikami, which must be something about his hair. Komekami.
I'm pretty sure it's your temple.
You're right, the temple. So she's petting his temple as she says that. 今は寝るんだ、ジョナサン。アラナの子供っぽい声は荒っぽく妙に力があった。So Alana's kind of childish sounding voice had a strange aggressive power to it as she said, Jonathan, right now you should sleep. And I'm just going to double check that. Ara poku meant what I thought it did. Yep. Um, マイルズは思わずあくびを漏らした。ねって、ジョナサンはすみれ色の瞳に溺れる気がした。そして、眠りに落ちた。So Miles, he, without thinking about it, let out a yawn. Sleep. Jonathan, he felt like he was drowning inside of Alana's purple eyes. And then he falls asleep. And then next paragraph is for you.
クラムが薪をいっぱい抱えて戻ってきた。So Karam brought a lot of firewood back.タイモンは、毛布とアラナのリストのものを台所から持ってきた。And Taimon brought a blanket and アラナのリストのものを台所から持ってきた。So he brought Alana's wrist
Mono.
item? Like her wrist thing?
He brought things from Alana's list.
Oh, okay. Risuto. I was I was thinking that was wrist for some reason, not list.
It's hard to remember that R and L are the same letter in
Yeah.
Japanese.
Okay, so he brought things from the kitchen that were on her list.
はい。
今度はレンガを取りに行かせ。ラナは火の前に鏡込んだ。So she's like, next, go fetch firewood, or not firewood, bricks. And Alanna wa火の前にかがみ込んだ. So, and then in front of the fire, Alanna, I have no idea.
Kia like leans into it.
Oh,
Kagamu is
kagami
to like bend your back kind of downwards, and komu is into. So she bends
Oh,
into the thing. The weird question is, why does she need a brick?
yeah. Mitsuzai. Huh. Or maybe just Mizai. But
I think
Mitsuzai,
Mitsuzai would make more sense because probably some kind of alcohol that acts as a disinfectant. Because sake,
hmm,
right?
okay. Mitsuzai, Lemon, Jiru, uh, Hachimitsu to, um, Kusuri or wait, is this Kusuri Soul? Or just Rakuso? I think it's Rakuso.
This? I think
Yeah,
it's Yakusol.
Yakuso. I was getting closer. Oh, um, is this Shui Fukaku?
Yeah, Chui Bukaku.
Chui Fukaku Senjite. Uh, Seki ni Kiku no mi mono. Wait, no. Nomi ku, kusuri o tsukuru. Okay, so she's like Mitsuzake, whatever that is. Uh, lemon juice, honey, and yakusol. That's like medicinal herbs.
はい。
Oh, chui fukaku senjite. What is senjite? Do you know?
I don't know. Senjite. It says to boil or infuse something.
Oh, and chui fukaku senjite. So like with deep care, she boiled all that
Yep.
together, and then seki ni kiku nomi kusuri o tsukuru. So she made coughing medicine for
Yeah.
Jonathan to drink.
Mm-hmm. And Mitsuzake doesn't seem to be like specifically in the dictionary, but Hachimitsu Shu, which has the same kanji, is mead, honey wine. So
Mhm.
this is like the alcohol they used back then, and I'm not sure why they dropped off the thing. I'm guessing it's so that it's like it's focusing on the medicinal properties, even though it's not
Yeah.
the normal use for it.
So kaki mazeru?
Mm.
Kaki mazeru te ga furueru. So the hand that was stirring was shaking. Mairuzu wa mitogamete. Huh. Spoon o toriageta. Um, so I guess while Miles was looking, uh,
Apparently, mitogameru is like to question something, to be like, huh.
so like looking curiously. As Miles was looking curiously on, he grabbed a spoon.
どうしたマイズは、注した、薬を混ぜながら聞いた。What's wrong? Miles asked while mixing the medicine together. Chogol, that's probably actually what it is. Jonathan を寝らせてから君は震えているじゃないか why why is it that you didn't shake at all when you forced Jonathan to go to bed with your magic, but now you're shaking when you're making the medicine? アラナは疲れて座り込んだ. So Alanna, in her exhaustion, sits down. ベアド公爵の言った通りだ。コラムが注いだぶどう酒の グラ、グラスを受け取り、アラナは一息を飲み干した。So it's just like what Duke Beadold said. And as she says this, Koramu pours out, um, Koramu, sorry, Alanna receives the glass that of sake, specifically grape sake that Koramu had poured out for her, and she swallows it all down in one gulp. 難病のせいです。力を奪われました。こんなにひどいのは初めてです。アナナはため息をついた。Because of the it's because of the sweating sickness. It steals your power. I have never felt so bad in my life. Alanna, she takes a deep breath. さあ、マルズ、王様と王妃様にお話ししてきてくれませんか？きっと心配してる。Sir Miles, could you tell something to the king and queen? I feel like they must be quite worried. And till here will be for you, Josh.
騎士はスプーンをコラムに渡した。わかったよ。マイルズはアラナに言った。So the knight passed the spoon to Karam and said, I understand, and to Alana. Or Alana, no, yeah. So Kishi wa, kusha kusha no kami o naretsuke nagara dete ita. So then while he left the room while combing his, I'm guessing, messy hair? The
Mm-hmm.
gusha or kusha. Um, コラムは薬を混ぜながらアラナを見た。So while mixing the medicine, Karam looked at Alana. 何をしているか分かっているんだろうな。And he said, You understand what you're doing, right? アラナはもうズキズキしている額をさすった。So I'm not sure what the onomatopoeia word zuki
Seems
zuki is.
throbbing, but it's the first time I've heard that too.
Oh, and then so hitai, I know that that's forehead.
Yep,
Sasuta. I don't know. What's
that's the
sasuta?
rub.
Oh, would it normally be like sasudu?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hitai o sasuta. Okay, so she rubbed her forehead, her throbbing forehead. Uh, そうだ、そうだといいけど、oh wait, no, that's not my line. そうだといいけど, I think, I think what you're doing is fine, though.
Uh, it's
I'm just not sure what the
um.
soul is referring to.
So if you look way over here, these are all new paragraphs.
Hmm.
So this is Alanna talking. This is Koramu talking. So they're having a conversation. Koramu says, "You know what you're doing, right?" And she says, "Yeah, it'd be good if I did." Something like
Oh,
that.
okay.
So is a filler word that always refers to the previously stated item. Like it's used for
Hmm.
vocally worded items. So sore is a physical thing,
Hmm.
and same with sono. Well, so is for words. So that is will be good, but so the but makes it sound a little bit doubtful. So it'd be good if that was true, is how I would probably translate the sentence. But literally, it is actually saying, yeah, but yeah, what you said, I probably do know what I'm doing. Yes, is probably a more direct translation of that. Because you're just taking the whole previous sentence. And I translated my previous line wrong right over here because it's positive. So he says, you've been shaking since you made Jonathan fall asleep. And I blame this on the fact that it's a two-liner, so I couldn't remember exactly what it said in the beginning. But it says kara, from. So from the moment you forced Jonathan to fall asleep, haven't ya been shaking? So what I said before was not that and was not correct. タイマンがレンガを持ってくると、コラムが火で、熱して絹でくるんだ。So when Taimon came back with a brick, Koramu had wrapped a cloth that had been warmed by the fire around, I'm guessing, the brick. コラムはそれを Jonathan の脇に置いた。So Alanna, she places that right next to Jonathan. それからタイマンと一緒に王子の上にさらに毛布をかけた。And then with Taimon's help, they place another blanket on top of the prince. Jonathan はすぐに汗をかいてきた. And Jonathan started to sweat right away. 胸を引き裂かんばかりに厳しい咳が出る. And from his chest, you can see a very harsh cough coming out from him that seems to tear through it, is what I think that's saying. I'll double check that. Hiki sakan. Oops. Hiki saku. Yeah, to tear up. So yeah, it's basically like a really aggressive cough. So it's like cutting through his chest almost like, you know. Alanna は飲み薬を少しだけ、冷えましてから、Jonathan の喉にいくらかったらした。So Alanna, once she cools down a little bit of the medicine he's supposed to drink, she goes over and does something with it to Jonathan's throat. Logically, we could assume that she made him drink it, but that is not the word here. Ikura normally means several, and then tarash, to dribble. That makes sense because he's sleeping. So she's dribbling some into his throat, like droplets, rather than yeah.
What is the word dribble that they're using?
Tarasu.
Tarasu. Okay.
Sorry, I put the line in the wrong spot. The ka is just saying several. So several droplets were put into his throat. And then our next paragraph will be for you.
2時間ごとに汗でびっしょりの質を変え、熱いレンガと毛布でジョナソンをくるむ。So, every 2 hours, the汗でびしょりの, I'm guessing like the sheets drenched in sweat were changed.
Mm-hmm.
And the 熱いレンガと毛布で, oh, and I guess くるむ. What's くるむ?
It's like normally it's like to wrap, like the cover
Okay.
in like circle kind of way.
So I understand him being wrapped with a blanket, but not bricks.
I know. I almost want to see, is this like a bad translation? Is there another meaning of renga that
Let me
is
see.
not brick? It's like I guess it's acting as a warm water bottle, but is there like nothing better to use? Like nothing better?
Okay, I'm on the prince being forced to sleep. I hope you know what you're doing. Okay, every 2 hours they changed the sweat-soaked sheets and packed Jonathan in freshly warmed bricks and blankets.
Yep, it is bricks.
Huh. I can't picture what they're doing, but okay.
Well, they're using it. Have you ever heard of a warm water bottle? Like that's what they used to use in like in like old-fashioned movies. It's like a heated blanket
Hmm.
idea, but it's a I guess in this case they're using a brick. They're putting a heated brick and then they're wrapping Jonathan with the brick to keep
Like
him
the
extra warm, like a
brick is
hand
going on
warmer
top of the blanket?
under the blanket.
Huh.
Because if
Okay.
it's on top, it wouldn't help much. The point is that we have someone who's cold and he wishes he
Oh.
had a hand warmer, right? But this is before hand warmers existed, so apparently they use a brick, which
Mm.
sounds incredibly uncomfortable to do this. But normally people use like a hot water bottle.
Yeah, I guess putting bricks under the blanket would keep you warm.
If it was a hot brick, I guess
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. This still, I didn't know they used to do that in the olden days. Is that common? I've
I've
never
never
heard
heard of
that.
it either. So, 部屋は息が詰まるほど、暑かった。So his breath 詰まるほど. I don't know what the tsumaru is, but his breath is hot to the point of tsumaru, or yeah, tsumaru.
I think it's more like the air was so hot that something happened to the breath. Like it was hard to breathe, maybe.
Hmm. Um, 服が体に張り付く。コラムもタイモンもシャツは脱いでいた. So his clothes were sticking to his body, and both Karam and Taimon were changing his shirt,
No.
or undress,
Um,
taking his shirt off.
so if we look over at the particles, the previous thing was Jonathan o kurumu. So Jonathan's not the subject of this paragraph. He is the object of the previous sentence. The
Hmm.
subject seems to be heya. To some extent, hence the wa particle. So
Okay.
every 2 hours, they change the blanket and brick that is wrapped around Jonathan, and he sweats through his sheets. The room
Mm,
is so hot that it becomes hard to breathe, and the
mm.
clothes, are hard to wear in this situation. So Taimon and Koramu both take
Take
off
their
their
shirts
shirts
off.
off. Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. 戻ってきたマイルズは、その暑さにあわや気を、失いそうになった. So, Miles, who had returned, um, awaya,
Apparently means
almost?
almost. Yeah.
Okay. Looked like he was about to pass out from the heat.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I don't know if this is good for Jonathan. ベアの公爵が王妃についてる。マイルズはアナナを安心させた。ここには、来なくても王妃が落ち着いておられるよう、公爵が見ていてくださる。Duke Beardord has went to the queen, and he tells this to make Alanna feel better. And even if she doesn't come here, she should be able to feel relieved that Jonathan's in good hands. And the Duke is watching over the queen. それに海賊が、ケイン、都を襲ってきた. Anyway, pirates have decided to attack the port of Kane. That's just like coming up in the conversation, okay? 陛下は、軍機の間におられて出てこられない. So because of that, His Highness is unable to come out while sending out his soldiers, his military troops. お二人ともベアード公爵の判断を信頼させて私たちに任せてくださっている。So they are depending on us to go solve this problem because they believe that Beador's judgment is very trustworthy. So they feel, yeah. So they're like, yeah, do what you want to do, Alanna. We're busy with the the pirates randomly attacking. Next paragraph is for you.
I'm so confused as to what this Duke is doing now. Because, like, he accepted Alana's magic, ran off, and hasn't come, like, never
It
returned.
sounds like he went to the queen to. She's also sick, I think.
Huh.
It was mentioned earlier that the queen got sick first, and this was when Frankie got sick. It was Frankie got sick, and then it says,
Mm.
"Hey, Jonathan, did you know your mom's sick too?" And Jonathan was like, "Oh," and then Frankie died, and then now Jonathan is sick. I thought the queen felt better, but I don't really like fully remember if that actually occurred or not. So the Duke Beadol went out to go over and try helping the queen since he got all fired up from Alanna's magic. Uh, so that's what's going on. And they're like, they trust the Duke. If he decided that Alanna is good enough for Jonathan and that he's good enough for the queen, it's good enough for me. That's what the king said.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of
あら、
stuff going on there.
yeah. あなたは辺りを見回した. So Alana looked around. 汗まみれの三人の男が、そして、この部屋の外では、宮、宮、宮殿全体が自分を見つめ、次に何を言うか持ち受けている。or 待ち受けている. So, okay, she looked around and then 汗まみれの三人の男. That to me just looks like the three guys drenched in sweat. The mamire is I'm not sure about.
That's drenched.
Oh,
So
okay.
sweat drenched. Three
Cool.
men.
そしてこの部屋の外で宮殿全体が自分を見つめ. So then I guess uh outside of this room, the I guess so the imperial court. I'm not sure if this is referring to a place or people. The
People
Kyuden.
in this context.
Okay, so everyone that was like everyone of like the imperial court.
Mm.
I'm guessing the people that were in the room that got kicked out.
Yeah, and probably the king and queen.
Okay. Ga jibun o mitsume. Now this jibun, who's this referring to?
Alanna.
Oh, okay. So they're all looking at Atlanta.
Hmm.
次に、何を言うか待ち受けている. So, um, and then next, 待ち受けている. So I guess Alana, or no,
Mm-mm.
those people were waiting for whatever she was going to say.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. So she's feeling a lot of pressure right now, right?
Mhm.
The Miles and the Duke, whatever his face, have told the king and queen that Alanna is in charge of helping Jonathan, and Alanna is feeling this pressure on her right now. Everybody's waiting for her to tell him what to do. You get the dishes. You warm up this room. Let's go change Jonathan's whatever, right? They're just really putting that on her. So everybody's doing it, not just the people in the room, but everybody in the royal court is depending on her.
Okay, and then this Jibun,
Hmm.
how do you know who it's referring to?
The other ones don't make sense.
Okay.
That's
Just
that's how Jiboon works. Jiboon works for whoever.
Mm,
It could be Dentai Jibun, but it doesn't make any sense to say that everybody's looking within themselves to wait for instructions, right? That
mm,
doesn't make any sense. Makes more sense that there's one person they're waiting for instructions from than waiting for someone deep inside their soul to tell them what to do. Like their conscience doesn't really make
mm.
sense in this context. But jibun can be both in and out of sentences, so it is a contextual based oneself. So it just
Okay.
makes more sense for it to be Alanna instead of like Koramu ga jibun o mitsumeru. Like why would Koram be staring at himself, right? He could, but it doesn't make sense in the context. It makes more sense that Alanna is feeling like everybody's depending on her than it does that people are looking into themselves.
Gotcha. Is it still my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. おじけついてしまいそうだ. Uh, I'm guessing this is like everyone looks calm.
Yeah,
I'm
you'd
not
think
sure
it
of the
is. I
spelling.
had to Google this word. This is, if it had kanji, you'd know it. It is to
Mhm.
become frightened. So this is Atlanta
Ah,
now. We're talking about it.
so
But,
everyone looks completely scared.
hmm.
大人たちは強くて信頼があると今まで思っていたけれど、実はそうじゃないなんてことがあるのだろうか。So she's like, I always thought that adults were people that were strong and reliable until now, but maybe that's not always the case.
Yep. アナナはそんなことに構っていていられなかった。So Alana didn't have time to be really caring about that. タイマン、サマーレズと交代してアナナは言った。食事をとって、休んだ。So Timon and Sir Miles, you two should swap places. This is what Alana says. And go get some food and take a break. So time she's telling no to get this food and take a break is Timon. Because his name was first. タイマンは従った。今度はマイズが手伝って、コラムがジョナサンをくるみ直し、アラナが飲み薬を与える間、マイズが王子を支えていた。So Taiwan followed orders to go get some food and take a break, and this time Miles is the one who is helping Alanna. Koram, he goes over to fix up Jonathan's wrappings going on with his blanket, and Alanna goes over to give him some medicine, Jonathan. And Miles' job is to support the prince as she does so. Probably like to pick him up so that she's not like feeding him while he's sleeping like, on the ground.
Mm.
Taiman が戻るとコラムをやませた. When Taiman came back, Koram got to get his break. 午後遅くにジョナサンの胸を塞いでいた席は吐き尽くされた. So late in the evening, the coughing that's going on with Jonathan's chest, well, it seems like his probably his lungs are being like filled with something, is my guess here. So it's getting really, really bad. But I actually do not fully know if I know those words right. So I'm gonna double check Fusaide. Oops.
Fusagu says
Yep,
to block up.
I was right. I thought it was that. 吐きつく、So it looks like this is to be exhausted. So Jonathan's chest is basically it sounds like he has influenza. He got something in his chest, and you can hear
Mm.
it when he's coughing, and he's very like badly coughing. 日が落ちてきた頃、ジョナサンは眠ったままだったが、熱が上がっていた。When the sun started to set, Jonathan, while he was still sleeping at least, his fever rose. アラナは他のものを庄司と休みに行かせて 友人の一人で見ていた. So Alanna, while she let other people take breaks and eat food, she went over to watch him, but is using the kanji to stay here to say like he did not leave to get food or breaking or anything like that, all by
Mhm.
herself. ベアド公爵が少し立ち寄って出ていた。これが三度目だが、公爵は何も言わなかった。So the Duke Beado came over to visit and he stood there for a little bit and then he left. And this is the third day, but the Duke hasn't said a single thing. Alanna wa うなずいただけです。All they did was like nod.
Mhm.
Specifically, Alanna nodded at him, I believe. 話をする余裕もない. There really wasn't any free time to chat at all. マイズが食事の番を持って戻ってきた. Miles came back with
A lid?
not a lid, a plate, but it's not a plate. It's like square. What is
A
that called?
tray?
A tray. I was
Okay.
blanking on what that was called. So he came back with a tray of food. 食べなさい. 彼は命じた. And he ordered her to eat some food. 続き部屋にカニベッドを用意した. 君が休む番. The room that's connected to this one has a bed prepared. You should rest. It's your turn. And the next paragraph will be for you.
アラナは、友人の言葉が正しいと分かっていた. So Alana knew her friend's words were correct. 食事をして隣の部屋に倒れ込み、すぐさま寝入って夜になってから起きた. So she ate food, and then in the next door room, she just collapsed and immediately fell asleep. Later on, it became night when she woke up. そして友人たちが、what's this?
Oh, it's karui and shoku, so it must be
A light
like a
meal?
light meal, but I don't know how it's pronounced.
Okay. So something shoku to
Keishoku.
sanpo, what is it?
Keishoku.
Keishoku. 友人たちが軽食と散歩に出ている間、アラナはジョナサンの横に座っていた. So then when her friends um, went to get a light meal and take a walk, Alana was sitting next to Jonathan. 部屋は暑さで息が詰まるほどだが、おじは震えている. So the room was hot, so hot that it was difficult to breathe, but the prince was shaking. Man, she's gonna give him heat stroke instead of curing his illness.
Yeah.
汗が顔をor 伝い落ちた. 汗が顔を伝い落ちた. So the sweat is falling from his face. What do you know tsutai?
It's like to follow, like to convey information, same thing, or like the same style from traditions. So
Hmm.
the idea is that the sweat is following the contours of his face,
Mhm.
right? Because
Oh,
like
okay.
it's not like when people cry in anime and they're like have like the magical dropping. It's just a way to illustrate that it's the perspiration's going here and it's kind of falling down his face, but like following the contours. It's not
Okay.
like it's not like he's like looking down like this, which would be a weird thing to do. So they didn't need to have that style, but it just like is the more correct version of the verb because that's the way in which sweat would fall logically.
アラナはそれを見つめながら力をかき集めた。So while Alanna was watching that, I guess she started gathering her power,
Mm-hmm.
or her power was gathering
Well, it
or
says
gathered.
O, so she must have did it.
Yeah. 闇の神がジョナサンの命を取りに来るなら、迎え、迎え撃つつもり、迎え撃つつもりだ。
Oh.
So if the god of darkness is coming to take Jonathan's life, Elena's like, I plan to, um, I don't know, greet him or,
Yes. Specifically, it's to meet an enemy, to to
okay.
visit and the sea and shoot. She, she's ready to fight.
Oh, is that what the Utsu is? To shoot?
Yeah, the shoot.
Okay. Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah, first time I've seen it. I think it's like so funny they have a specific word for that. Um, ドアが、開いた、開いた。アラナは飛び上がった。王と王妃が部屋に入ってきて、アラナは深くお辞儀をした。The door opened and Alanna, she jumps up. The one who came into the room was the king and the queen, and Alanna, she gives him a deep bow. お二人がお気の毒に追われた。Um, She felt like the two of them looked guilty, which doesn't seem right contextually. Oki no doku. I'm sorry to say. My condolences. Um, they seem to think it was like time to be told, like, I'm sorry that your son's dying.
Mm.
I think is what that's saying. Um, いつも微笑んでいる王が心配そうになさっている。The king, who always has a gentle smile on his face, actually looks quite worried, and I feel like that's pathetic. Nasa,
No, this is I don't know for sure actually. I thought this was just the
you're right. It is to do
to do.
fancy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just nasake is like Nasakenai, for example, is like pitiful, shameful, right? So that's what I was getting that
Mm.
from. But you're right. Nasaru is very fancy. Suru,
Yeah, now that the
keigo.
king and queen are here, we have to use Keigo.
Yeah. So yeah, he looks quite worried. 口元に深いシワがずっと刻まれている。The the wrinkles that are deep around his mouth have torn? 何これ?
They're carved
They're
deeply.
carved. So
Yeah. Like
from worry, I guess.
yeah.
片打ちで、風神に回し、その彼を支えていた。So the couple are touching shoulders with each other and are supporting each other, like, like they're like, oh, our son's gonna die. Um, リアン王妃はアラナが進めた椅子に沈み込んだ。So the queen, Leon, she collapses into the chair that Alanna points out to her. 王妃は自分の熱病も感知しておらず、痩せた体にドレスもブカブカだった。So the queen, she also isn't completely healed from her sickness, and you can see that she's very skinny, and her dress is like too big on her. That's how much weight she
Mm.
has lost. So I was right. That's the queen is still sick. Next couple lines will be for you, Josh.
トレボンドカのアラン。王は深い声をhey soul? Is
I have
this
no idea. Doesn't look like it.
hey say maybe? I'm not sure what the onyomi for quiet is.
Heisei is correct.
深い声を平成に、this is ta something.
That was like Holcon. See, I'll go write it. Do, 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 do.
It it's the same meaning as like the one you're
You're right,
saying.
it's tamotsu.
Tamo. I always forget the second. Tamoteita. Uh, so tr I guess Alan of House Trebond, the king said in a deep, uh, I guess calm voice. Or wait, 声を平静に保っていた. And a voice that like remained calm, I guess.
Well, it's like to like preserve. I
Yeah.
guess remain calm is a good way to describe that. Never mind.
息子の具合はどうだ? So what is the state of my son? アラナは、緊張でごくりと唾を飲んだ. So Alanna was super nervous and swallowed her spit. この状況では、is this 望める? Okay, この状況では望める限りの状態です。陛下。望める限り. So I guess there's nothing we can do except hope anymore,
Mm-hmm.
Your Highness. 今日はほとんど寝ていました. Um, so it seems so today he's nearly fallen asleep.
Yeah, he's mostly been sleeping all day.
Oh, okay. That makes
So,
sense.
mostly sleeping. Past tense. レオンの声は優しいが少し鋭かった。Leon's voice was kind, but was a little bit strict. あなたにどうやって彼を助けられるというのです。ベアドがどう言うとまだほんの子供ではありませんか? How are you supposing you're supposed to save him? Beardord, he said you might be able to, but you know, you're just a little kid, aren't you?
Hmm.
And the next paragraph will be for you, Josh.
おひへ、おひへか、僕でさえ、おこで、おこで、ムンムンする空気の中で、ジョナサンの周りを泣きながら人が囲むのは良くないとわかります。Okay, so 僕でさえ. So, Your Highness, even I, おこで, what did you say Moon Moon was?
It's like sultry or steamy, like stuffy.
Okay, and then oko is that like the, I don't know, aroma?
Yeah.
Okay, so おこでムンムンする空気の中で. So what's the de doing?
Um, the same thing Kuki no Nakade is doing. Um, it's so the room, right? The within the rooms, it's
Uh-huh.
very stuffy and it smells like coal, like it's like full of coal smell. Coal is like incense,
Mm,
right? Like they were already acting like he was dead, right?
okay.
So this is probably not what you translated as earlier. This is just saying two things that the rooms is full of is incense and stuffy vibes.
Okay. And then ジョナサンの周りを泣きながら人が取り囲むのは良くないとわかります。So she's like, even I know that all these people crying that are surrounding Jonathan is not good for him.
Yeah, all it does is make the room hot, stuffy, and smell like incense. Which is funny
Mhm.
considering she's made this room even more hot and
Yeah.
stuffy
Oh, he
than
doubled the
before.
temperature. あなたは Um, 王妃にいた, Solana said to the queen. それにジョナソンが僕を喜んだん、or 呼んだです. So, and then furthermore, Jonathan called on me. 王子は信頼してくれました. So Jonathan believes in me. 僕に魔法の才があるとも知らないのに. Even though he doesn't know I have magical abilities.
Yep, perfect. Yeah, you think if she was in front of the queen, she would have used like Kago here for shots.
I know she
He's,
uses
he's the prince.
Keigo to like describe their actions in her head, but not
Yeah, not
not
allowed.
with other people.
You probably should use that with Jonathan in front of his parents. Yeah, like, I think they could use others. The other ones were right, but you're not supposed to use that. I think I'll have a stop here. So
Okay.
another 5 pages, I think. We started on page 45 and now it's 50.
Where we